What's going on, golf addicts? It's the Tour Junkies After Dark. I'm DB, Pat Perry. We're in person tonight. I'm at Pat's house. I'm about to head down to TPC Sawgrass for the Players Championship. I'll be on site on Tuesday and Wednesday collecting all the inside intel on the Players Championship. And we're here tonight. We're ready to break down the DraftKings Sportsbook betting odds from an outright standpoint, a top 20 standpoint. Tell you everything you need to know. Listen, there's plenty of intel on DraftKings Sportsbook YouTube page from Pat Mayo, from whoever about, what the golf course is going to play like, what it's going to look like, how it's going to play, all that good stuff. Key stats. We did that on our YouTube page as well. We broke down the golf course, broke down what's important here at TPC Sawgrass. Anyway, if you want to check that out, check it out. But while you're here, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a subscribe, comment on the YouTube channel. We've been delivering winners all year. I mean, big winners.
Lots of winners.
Lots of winners.
I mean, Sepp Straka just 2 weeks ago at 140 to 1.
140 to 1. I mean, how long does it take you to bet the NBA at one, hit something equivalent to that? It takes you a long time. All right, Pat, let's get to it. Top of the betting board on DraftKings Sportsbook, excuse me.
Did you have a tough time with that?
I had some liquor coming up there.
Well, it is the end of the night, and like we say, this is DraftKings After Dark.
Yeah, it's After Dark.
Top of the board for me. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Who you like?
Well, there's a couple of guys that I like here, and one is Colin Maracala. It's 16 to 1. DraftKings, by the way, has the best number out there right now. So you get that number. You get that 16 to 1
sharp
number right now, and just hammer DraftKings. Okay, they're asking us to do a show for you.
And they're asking us also to hammer Colin Maracala.
And they're asking you to take Morikawa.
They're saying take Colin Maracala to Pound Town at 16 to 1.
And I would love to.
I would love to.
And I'm taking him.
It's a nice young man.
At 16 to 1.
Yeah.
So I like that number. Also, Patrick Cantlay at 20 to 1. But we're gonna leave the guy who was one of the best players on tour. Okay. I mean, across his stats is incredible. Everything.
All stats are great. Won the Tour Championship.
Yes.
Came out in 2022 and said, "Hey, guess what? I'm still the man.
Still good. Still good at golf."
I agree.
And we're going to put him at 20 to 1 odds. Yeah. I'll take him. So two guys right there at the very top. Colin Maracala at 16 to 1. And then Patrick Cantlay at 20 to 1. I like both those numbers. DB, anybody else in here?
Yeah, I want to get to kind of this mid-range here because there's a few names. First of all, Daniel Berger at 35 to 1 is interesting to me. Daniel Berger, honestly, playing very, very well. Great form.
Yeah.
He's a Florida boy, Bermuda boy, loves putting on these Tiff Eagle greens. They've been playing great. I think Daniel Berger controls his ball well off the tee, which you got to do at the Pete Dye, a Pete Dye design golf course. I like Berger at 35 to 1. Right there with him is Brooks Koepka at 35 to 1. Now,
he was a little longer early in the week.
He was longer, or I think he's come down a little bit. I don't know. I think if he gets shorter than 30 to 1, I might be like, yeah, I'll let it go. But I mean, the weather, we didn't even mention this. The weather this week is supposed to be crazy. Wind, rain, all the
cold.
Things.
We're getting all the elements.
Mother Nature is lifting up her skirt for all of TPC Sawgrass, really. So you're going to want to pay attention to that on Wednesday night for sure. But I do think that Brooks at that number is interesting. It's a big number for a guy who's a big game hunter. The purse is $20 million this week at the Players Championship. Like, why Brooks wouldn't be interested in winning this golf tournament, I don't know. So I like it. At 40 to 1, I like Matt Fitzpatrick, the Englishman, the grinder. He's come out and showed out in 2022 with some great recent form. Definitely plays well in tough conditions, brutal conditions. He's got a good record here as well as TPC Sawgrass. And then a name that kind of caused a little bit of controversy. A little controversy between me and Pat on the DraftKings show, and that is Jordan Spieth.
I don't like him.
Jordan Spieth at 50 to 1. Jordan is a big game hunter. Okay. This is a big game kind of golf tournament. He is a grinder. Tough tournament, tough conditions. Got to be patient. Got to avoid the big numbers. Got to make birdies when you can. I think Jordan Spieth at 50-1 is a great value on DraftKings. The win equity that you get from Jordan Spieth is solid. You can't argue that.
I hear you, but if I'm going to take a guy in that range, I'm skipping Jordan Spieth and I'm going to somebody that I've seen play well recently and almost win recently, like a Shane Lowry at 50-1. I love that number for Shane. You know, he's coming off of a really where he probably should have won the tournament, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with Sepp Straka winning because I had both of them. It didn't matter. Either one won the Honda, I was going to win. But I do think that Shane Lowry looks really good at that 50-1 number. And there's another guy right there at 50-1 coming off of a win recently. Joaquin Niemann. You know, he hurt a lot of people at the Honda. He came over, he won the Genesis.
Yeah.
Flies overseas.
Yeah.
He's 4 under through like 9 or 10 holes. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if he had like a bad dinner.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he had some too many drinks.
Yeah.
With some celebrations, which is fine. I'm all about the celebrations. And maybe that hurt him. And then he missed the cut. But you know what? Neiman's still playing well. And I think he's another guy who, like, again, we talk about ball striking. He really, really has. This guy can do anything with the ball. If you watch Joaquin Niemann hit shots, it's beautiful to watch. He can hit like a low flighted, 5-iron that comes barely off the ground or whatever. He can hit it high. He can hit it low. He can hit it. He can work the ball whatever direction you want him to work the ball. I love that about Joaquin Niemann. So at 50-1, I think he's another good play there.
All right, I'm gonna get to the long shots here, Pat. We're gonna get here pretty quick. I mean, here's the thing: long shots have not. In the last 4 years, you've had 2 long shots. Mark Leitchman at 100-1, Siwoo Kim at like 400-1 have won this golf tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not Mark Leitchman. Webb Simpson 100-1. What is that? I was thinking about last week. Bay Hill. Yeah. Webb Simpson, Siwoo Kim have won at triple digits. The course is going to play a lot different this year in March as it has in some of the years past in where it's been in May. It moved to March in 2019 and 2021. I think you're going to see somebody in this mid-range to short range win this thing. This is a tough tournament, tough conditions. The cream is going to rise to the top. With that being said, the longest I'm willing to go are these names here. Corey Connors at 70-1 is a name who has we kind of thought would come out 2022 guns blazing. He started off kind of rough, a little rusty. Came out of the Arnold Palmer last week. Ball striking solid. Gained over 7.5 strokes off the tee and approach. Did the dang thing and has played well in major golf tournaments. He's played well in majors and in tough events, tough conditions. So I'm in on Corey Connors at 70-1. I'm in on Jason Kokrak and Jason Day. Couple of Jasons at 90-1.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know you would go with the Jason Day there, but okay.
Jason Day, former winner here, played great at TPC Sawgrass, knows what it takes to play well here. Dropped out, withdrew from the API last week. His mom passed away after a long battle with cancer. Hate that, but I think Jay Day is the type that can bounce back and kind of like win it for mom. Like his mom did a lot for him growing up. We know his story. Didn't really have a father figure in the house. I think he's going to come out here. Perspective is going to be kind of fresh. And I think he's going to come to a place he's comfortable. And I think Jay Day at 90-1 is interesting. So I'll roll with that. In terms of triple digit long shots, 2 guys at 100-1, and then I'm done, Pat. Chris Kirk and Alex Noren, both playing well, both coming off with some top form, both having some decent finishes here at TPC Sawgrass. I think Kirk and Noren at 100-1 are worth a shot.
I don't mind either one. And here's the thing, too, I'll say. There's a lot of guys that I think you could also bet as top 20s because I do think that I don't see a guy getting his first victory in this event. I'm sure it's happened before, but I just don't see that happening. So at least, especially this week I don't know, maybe with the weather and the wind and everything else and the rain, somebody lucks into a win. But there's a couple guys that I think I also like here in this range. I was with you, by the way, on Chris Kirk. I think that he's a good play. Another one that I like here is Mark Leitchman. He is at 80-1. I think you're getting a grizzled veteran, patient style player. I think for this week, Mark Leitchman makes a lot of sense there at 80-1. I like that number. Another guy a little bit longer than that, I would say, would be I lost him, and now I don't know where he is. Well, too bad for you guys. Maybe you can put it in the chat or put it in the comments who you think it would have been.
Who could it possibly have been?
Who would have been?
There you go. There's Tour Junkies After Dark. Listen, we did our show. We did the betting show. We did the DraftKings preview DFS show. It's been a long night. I will be on site at TPC Sawgrass on Tuesday and Wednesday, relaying all the information I find from our fellow caddy friends, our PGA Tour player friends. We're going to put that all in our private Discord server. Check that out. Subscribe to the DraftKings YouTube channel. Let's have a week. It's the Players Championship. There's a lot of great contests on DraftKings. This is a great week. I'm excited. Let's have a week. May your screens be green. See ya!